I attended a seance the other day on Zoom. 13 of us waited for our psychic to summon up our requested spirits. When it was my turn, I asked if she could speak to my mum and see if she had a message for me. The medium replied, yes indeed. She had made contact and the message was to find my own truth. What? That didn't sound like my mum at all. She'd have been more likely to say, pick up your clothes from the floor and give your room a good dusting. I really wasn't sure about this spirit business at all. But here I am today, in the heart of tourist London, and I'm on a mission. After the séance, I pondered a lot about my mum's message. Could it really have been from her? Well, she's been gone 46 years now, and I suppose that's given her a long time to rethink her priorities. And that night, she came to me in a dream. That in itself is not so unusual. She often turns up. This time, it was a bit different because the next morning, I felt that her spirit was staying with me all day. If this is what contact with the spirits is all about, perhaps it's not so woo-woo after all. I realised as a London tourist guide, my job is to regularly invoke the spirits of dead Londoners. So today I'm going to actively tune in to the spirits of London. Our first stop is Westminster Abbey. Essentially, it is one big mausoleum. People are queuing up to walk over the graves of the London dead. Mozart was 8 years old when he moved here. His father posted notices locally saying that for a fee, one could come along and ask young Wolfgang to play any piece of music on site or even write a composition. Jimi Hendrix made his last appearance at Ronnie Scott's Jazz Club in September 1970. 3 days later, he was found dead after overdosing on barbiturates. Karl Marx lived here for 5 years in 2 tiny upstairs rooms. One visitor said it was dangerous to go there. You can't see anything for tobacco and coal smoke. The chairs are so rickety that they collapse beneath your weight. But the spirited conversation well makes up for it. I once dined at this restaurant. I wish I'd known then about Marx living upstairs in a hovel. It's here by the River Thames that I really feel in touch with the spirit of London. Over thousands of years, everyone who's ever lived here would have watched this river ebb and flow. I often think of my dad when I'm here. He was proud to be a Londoner. He used to say, when I go, just dump me into a rubbish bin. But when he did die, my brother and I came to the riverside and threw his ashes into this river. And this is where I want to end up too. You might be able to make out the Tower of London. They say it's the most haunted site in London. I don't know about that. But having spent this day in London, I realised something. You don't have to consult a psychic to get in touch with the spirits. They're here, around us, all the time. They've always been here. And they're always going to be here. Mum, can you hear me? I think I've finally got your message.